first YouTube, I can't even say it, that's how excited I am. My first YouTube makeup tutorial. So I created this super pretty, super fresh, soft glam for you guys, step by step. And I really enjoyed doing it. It was fun. It's weird talking to a camera, but I had fun. So continue watching if you want to see how I got this look, and please do like, subscribe, and comment below. Let me know what I've already went ahead and prepped my skin with my skincare, which will be coming soon in a video where I can share with you guys in depth what I use. Obviously on Instagram, I'm constantly talking about what I use and whatnot. So I do have a skincare tab in my highlights, so peep that if you have it. I'm just gonna go ahead in with some primer. This is the Too Faced Hangover RX primer from Too Faced. So I'm just gonna apply that all over my face. Sorry if I'm looking everywhere. I'm just getting used to this whole thing. I have a mirror and I have a live feed and I have my camera, so I promise I'll get better at this. So I'm one of those people that always does face first. I'm gonna go ahead and start with my foundation. Right now I am using the new Hourglass Vanish foundation. I don't know if you can see. So today I'm gonna use the Cover FX Power Play Concealer. And then I'm gonna go ahead with MAC Patrick's powder with my beauty blender. I'm gonna get a bunch of product on my beauty blender and just press this into my skin. A lot of times when I do full glam, I do set my under eyes with the powder first. It just depends how I'm feeling. Today I am not gonna do it because this concealer I know will not crease on me. If you know powder or liquid concealers always crease on you, I highly recommend to set your liquid concealer with a powder, like a pressed powder, and then go in with a loose powder to either bake, or if you want to just set it again, you can do that and then dust it off right after. So I'm going in straight with this. I'm gonna go in with some Tarte BB powder, and I'm gonna set the rest of my face with this powder. So I'm in the shade Medium Honey in this. This is a great everyday foundation powder as well if you're looking for something. This is gonna give you a nice soft coverage, and you don't have to use a liquid foundation with this. So for the girls who have 10 minutes in the morning to do their makeup, this is gonna be a great powder for you, because you will have to spend a lot of time building your coverage. So taking my Desi Bomb Ass Brows Kit, I'm just gonna start by combing out my eyebrows. Sometimes I do brows before application, like before I go in with my foundation, and sometimes I do them after. And this is the shade number 3. I prefer number 3 because I like to create dimension in my eyebrows. I don't like it. I like my brows to look natural, and I don't like to make them look darker. So that's why I go with number 3. For some, they might feel like this is too light for their eyebrows, but I personally prefer it. So all of my Benefit products are in the number 3. So I'm just gonna start by the front. I always start by lining the bottom. I just feel like it creates like a guide for me, and then I can just kind of carry out the product into the rest of my brows. Eyebrow pencil, and I'm just gonna line everything from here. it's really white, so I feel like it doesn't match my skin tone. So if I don't kind of like buff it out and you just leave it, it's gonna look super white. You're gonna see that detailed line there, and I don't want that to happen. So I'll just press it into my skin. So I'm gonna go in with some Diva Ring eyeshadow base or eyeshadow primer. I have mixed reviews on this product, to be completely honest. Some people rave about it and say that it's so amazing and it's such a good eyeshadow base and it doesn't crease and blah blah blah. For me, that's not the case. I feel like it does crease. It is a good neutralizer, but a little bit of MAC Soft Ochre is gonna do the same thing. Okay, so I'm gonna use the MAC 224, which is my absolute favorite blending brush. If you don't have this brush, you need to go get it. It literally is so amazing. It will change your blending game. I have like 5 of these. This is the mini one. So I got this. I'm pretty sure you can get this at MAC. I didn't get it at MAC. I got it at like a third-party retailer. But it does the same thing. Like everything on the end of it is the same. It's just shorter. I'm gonna start with a really neutral base and just go ahead and blend right into my crease. This is how you create, I get asked all the time, how do you get that like ombre blended look? How do you perfect that? And seriously, it's starting from light to dark for me. Everyone has their own way. For me, it's always starting from light to dark. So I'm starting with the lightest transition color and working my way up and then kind of melting the shadows together. And then taking the time to blend. Like you don't need 1,000 brushes, but you need the patience to kind of sit there and blend it all out. Adding a little bit at a time. I'm not going in with like too much, and I'm not, when I dip into my darker colors, I definitely won't be using this much product. But when I start with my transition, I'm working with something that's a little bit lighter, so I do pick up more product. Okay, so I'm gonna go in now with something a little bit darker. So I'm gonna take the Huda Warm Obsessions palette, and using the same brush, the MAC 224, I'm gonna pick up this brown. I'm gonna apply it super low to my lash line, and I'm not gonna bring it up as high. I'm just gonna bring it right into my crease and kind of just melt those shadows together. And just picking up the darker color very, very slowly with the darker color. I'm incorporating it into my crease. And I'm gonna drag a little bit out because I don't want it to look like super blocky. I want it to look very blended. Satisfied with one. Yeah, I'll use this one. And I'm just gonna apply it on my lid. I love using my finger for shimmer shadows because I feel like the payoff is so nice. This is what the color looks like. It's like a really pretty gold. My favorite liner is the one from Balm Cosmetics. Soho actually showed me this one and it's so easy to use. I'm not a pro at using it on myself yet, but I can do it on my clients like so easy. Like it literally changed my eyeliner game so fast because I was like, it's gonna take me a long time to learn how to do it, but that was not the case at all. So I'm not gonna do a wing because I'm just not gonna go for a wing today. I'm just gonna create a line for my lashes to sit on. I'm gonna use a Morphe M432, taking the dark brown that I put in my inner corner from the Huda palette. I'm just gonna go ahead and line my waterline. film from the Huda palette, which is this one. And I'm gonna just buff all of that out so that there's no harsh line. Go ahead and dust all of this powder off from underneath my eyes. If you crease, baking is really gonna help you a lot. I feel like I don't crease very often or a lot, but baking just prevents any of that to happen. So I just don't see it because everything just stays super snatched. Back into the KKW. I like to mix the two browns, and I always start from the edge of my ear down to the corner of my mouth whenever I contour. So I tilt my head back and I just place the lash right onto my lash line. Setting spray, so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that. I like Eyeliner from Urban Decay. Matte Fix Plus is like all-time fave. Mario Badescu's the facial mist, those are good too. So just depends on what you like, you can use that accordingly. So I'm going to take my favorite highlighter at the moment, Ofra Rodeo Drive, and I'm going to apply it right underneath my brow arch and up. Let's do lips, final step. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the Basanti Matte Crush on, and it's your mauve. So everyone asked me about this lip gloss, and this is the shade Kristen from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it is absolutely here is the final look. Whoa, my hair is done, and I have a super cool tutorial for you guys coming soon on how I get my super straight hair. But yeah, this is my final look. I hope you like it. I hope my tutorial was helpful. Please do comment, like, subscribe.